On the Grind Boxing, the world's #1 boxing podcast. And now your host, Shug Green.
Idiot websites and writers who've ignored what's probably the biggest story in boxing right now, what's going on behind the scenes at Golden Boy Promotions, because we don't want to piss anybody off. And Schaefer told us he doesn't comment on rumors over a week ago, so we're not talking about it. And De La Hoya said he was going to come out with a big announcement, telling us what's going on with him and his company, quote. But nobody's asking any more questions. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. But again, this is the biggest story or non-story, depending on what the facts turn out to be, in boxing, period. If Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer are no longer bed buddies and they're breaking up, okay, and Oscar's going to have to start wearing women's undergarments for somebody else, then that's the biggest story in boxing. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Welcome back on the Grind Boxing family to the world's #1 boxing podcast with this Sunday, March the 23rd episode. Historic in the fact that times change, things change. There's some turmoil going on behind the scenes the boxing world still doesn't want to know about because they don't want to portray anybody at the office in a negative light. They don't want to lose their access. They don't want to get a phone call. There has been nothing on the boxing news front since we last spoke on Sunday, OTG fam. We got into it about what's going on with Schaefer and De La Hoya behind the scenes. We analyzed the quotes. We shared the information. And there has been absolutely nothing printed on this subject in over a week. Does boxing scene not care? Reno kicking it at the boxing news version of the big boy pad. What you doing, Rick? What about fight news? What are you doing? Well, you tell everybody you're the #1 site, and you don't want to know about it. You're not writing nothing about what's going on with De La Hoya and Schaefer. You're not the #1 site, dude, in traffic, and you're not the #1 site in quality. Reno, you're getting a run for your money right now by nobody. That's right, nobody. People who don't write anything are doing a better job than you are over there because you're ignoring the 8,000-pound elephant. You are tripping, dude. You're going to ignore. If Schaefer or Oscar says something about Aaron, you're quick. Oh, man, headline. You see a sentence right up there. Catches your eye. You read the article. All it is a couple lines. De La Hoya, Schaefer, slamming Bob. You guys are on that quick. But when we hear about one of the companies falling apart behind the scenes, where the owner is in and out of rehab and he's not happy with the level of respect that he's receiving, he's not being treated like he runs it. All the fighters now, they think Golden Boy and Richard Schaefer. They don't mention De La Hoya after the fights and before. Whatever Schaefer wants. Oh, my promoter, Golden Boy Promotions, Richard Schaefer. Schaefer is the guy who's mentioned. It's like he's the new Al Heyman. His name's tacked on to everything. See, Al Heyman replaced God in boxing. Everyone used to thank God. God had to take a back seat to Al Heyman. Now Schaefer, I don't know what he is. Maybe he's replacing Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit. I'm not sure. But he's right up there, too. See, boxing is getting this new evil trinity. I don't know who the third person of the trinity is, but Oscar's mad because he's been excluded. He lost his deity. He's not who he was. Might have been some fool's gold. This doesn't have the shine he used to have when you take a look at the poor guy. I'd be lying if I said I was sympathetic. I'm not. He wanted to destroy boxing. He wanted to take over the whole thing. He wanted his agenda to rule. It's all in writing. You can read the exact quotes on the internet. So good, buddy. Karma's coming back to collect if you believe in that sort of thing. I just think that if you're worried about the wrong thing and always worried about someone else instead of what you're doing in your situation starts to fall apart. And it did. So, boxing scene news let down. Who else is supposed to be a big boxing site that's ignoring this? Maybe Ring TV. It's a pretty big one. We know all the Floyd boy groupies are over there at floydhype.com. East Side Boxing, where the lowest common denominator of boxing fan hangs out. People with absolutely no brain. Max Boxing, Coyote Duran, Scoop. Where are all the big guys at? I'm just naming the guys who are pretty active on social networking. I'm not naming guys that are big in the paper or well-respected authors. That's not a knock on them. I'm just saying. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Period. But everybody in boxing, all of you, I'm lumping you all in. If you write articles and you have been ignoring this story, you're a phony. If you've got a boxing website and you're not putting anything up about this, you're a fake. Where you go asking Schaefer about this situation, this rumors, and Schaefer, all he wants to say is that he doesn't comment on rumors. All he does is comment on rumors. We have article after article and headline after headline of you commenting on rumors. May I please rephrase the question? And go ahead and ask it again. See, we don't do that in boxing. But you're all a bunch of chumps. If I don't do the work, what about the raid? Golden Boy raided by FBI. It's on a million less than reputable sources out on the internet. But it's not comment worthy on any major boxing site. Really? No article saying, hey, all this is going on. Surprisingly, it is true. But no, nothing. You know why? You can't call up your connection at the office and get the information because you're all not real reporters. You're just guys who squirmed your way into a little crack. But why doesn't anybody de-weed your ass? Well, you're serving a purpose. They like you right there. I hope you like being used, and I hope you like being a joke. I told you all how to do it. You called the Los Angeles Division of the FBI. You asked to speak to the special agent in charge. Give them your information, your name, and what site you're reporting for. When they let you know that the special agent in charge is not available to talk to you, that's when you tell them you would like to speak to their public relations officer. This is a person you will be able to speak with. Maybe not instantly. They were not sitting there waiting for your phone call, but you will be able to get a get back. Hell, it's no problem. I'm not going to get into my history with reporting on different things. It's not a problem, guys, but you all suck. You're a disappointment and you're a disgrace. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Period. You're not boxing writers. You're opinion sharers. In real journalism, in real writing, in AP style, one quote is not a news story. Wake up. You guys suck. You're a disgrace. One quote that's 90% of boxing articles. One quote. One person is quoted. So what? Write a story. Now go get a quote from the guy who's writing about, get a quote from a promoter, a manager, a trainer, anyway. Get 3 quotes. You all suck. Pathetic. That's why I don't write about boxing hardly ever, man. I just don't want to be lumped in with you people. You all suck from the bottom to the top. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Period. What if there's going to be a split here? We don't want to mess ourselves up with one side or the other. Quit playing politics and do your job. You're supposed to be an outside observer reporting. You're not supposed to be vested in it. If they decide they don't like you because of what you report, guess what, asshole? That means you did your job. People aren't supposed to like a reporter. They're supposed to see you and walk their ass the other way because they're worried you're going to get the real information. Or you're going to make it obvious that they're not giving it to you. They got something to hide. That's what happens when a dirty, low-down bastard sees a real reporter. He turns his ass the other way. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Period. Hell, a boxer, a promoter, a manager, anybody sees a boxing report. Hey, buddy, how you doing? How's the kids? Did you get that piece I sent you? Make it look like it was one of your articles. How are your seats tonight? Treating you all right over there in press row? You able to see all the action? Well, it doesn't matter. We got a press release coming out after the fight. So anything you missed, we'll let you know what you can report on. Just keep up the good work. If you have any problems, go ahead and call Monica. Come on, guys. You should be embarrassed and ashamed when they love you. The only people I'm happy about loving this show, or the personalities that are part of this show, are the OTG family. If Bob or Oscar or Lou or Dan or any of these people loved us, loved the show, or loved me, that would be a clear indication there would be some fake-ass motherfuckers like y'all. Let me ask you this. How much are you making? You can knock on every neighbor's door that has a job, and even the ones who are on EDD, unemployment, they're all going to be making more than you if you're writing about boxing. You're just doing it to be in. You're doing it for mental assurances. Because nobody out there is reporting. Nobody. There's somebody, please send me an article. If I'm offending anyone listening who's doing real reporting, get it to me. I will stand corrected, and I'll make an exception on this show just for you. Or if there's a OTG family member out there listening who knows of some good writers, hell, I want to know who they are because we need to give them some shine. We need to direct people to those writers because right now it's a joke. How are we going to have these kind of articles? Again, I have no clue. I'm not going to call. I'm not going to call because I'm not going to write an article. And really, I like laughing at y'all how you don't know how to report. Like I said, I'd be to the bottom of this shit in half a day. Easily. I just don't get it. What are those guys doing for you? And that brings me back to boxing. Golden Boy, Top Rank, De La Hoya, Schaefer, Heyman, whatever ass kissers out there. What are they doing for you? Do you know how cheap a boxing ticket is for most fights? Then most of y'all ain't even getting into the expensive ones like the Mayweather fight anyways. But why don't you just buy the damn ticket? What are you riding so hard for? I love the sport, the competition, but I'm not married to any of these dudes. None. And most of you are a lot better than that. I know you are from my communications with you over the years. And I know y'all aren't a bunch of suckers. If this was any other sport, they wouldn't just be reporting about it in that hometown's paper. They'd be reporting on it in every hometown's paper. If it was a Major League Baseball or an NFL team or an NBA team, and there was major issues going on behind the scenes between the two principals of the company, oh, everybody just ignored it because Schaefer's not going to comment on rumors. Man, if Schaefer told me he doesn't comment on rumors, I'm going to say, do you comment when someone whoops your ass? Then I wouldn't wait for a reply. I'd slap that motherfucker. You going to let someone lie right in your face? Oh, no, because it was probably by email. Probably just shot him an email. He sent it back. You don't want to pester him. Because if you were in a conversation with dude, and he really, that's the answer, and that's what's going up on your website, he doesn't comment on, when that's all he does is comment on rumors on your website, you need to clean up. You need to quit being so sorry. You need to get your priorities straight. But again, you don't want to ruffle no feathers. You don't know what's going to happen. You're all some chicken shit, sorry-ass motherfuckers. Period. Period. Got to play for your team. Man, look, let me put it like this. Screw Richard Schaefer. Screw Oscar De La Hoya. Screw Dan Goosen. Screw Bob Arum. Screw Lou DiBella. Am I missing anybody? But again, this is the biggest story or non-story, depending on what the facts turn out to be in boxing, period. If Oscar De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer are no longer bed buddies and they're breaking up, okay, and Oscar's going to have to start wearing women's undergarments for somebody else, then that's the biggest story in boxing, period, period. But you know what? Richard Schaefer says he's not going to comment on rumors. Oscar says he's going to make an announcement soon regarding him and his company. So that's enough. The boxing world's content. We're going to let this sit for over a week and not find out, dig, comment, nothing. We're not going to get any information on it because you know why? This is what Richard said. This is what Oscar said. There's nothing to see here, ladies and gentlemen. When something's going on, they'll tell us. Do you think a beat writer for the NBA, NFL, or Major League? Hell no. They'd be writing about what's going on. They'd be calling other people. They'd be getting information. They'd be cultivating sources. Okay? Is that happening in boxing? Hell to the no. No, it's not happening. Nobody wants to know. You all want to stay friends. You want Richard to still like you. I don't give a shit who Richard Schaefer likes, and I don't care what he does with his chocolate bars in his spare time, Mr. Swiss Banker. I do not care. I want to know what's going on in the sport.